Hello there, it's Carrie, and I recently made a purchase from Blitsy.com and I thought I would share it with you today. If you haven't heard of Blitsy, it's an online sort of marketplace for art supplies and craft supplies, and it's kind of like an online Michael's maybe, but it always seems to have some really unique items, so I have a lot of fun shopping online there when I can. So I thought I would share the box opening with you. So here I'm just pulling out my supplies, and the first thing that I'm showing you is this craft mat. I always work on a craft mat when I do my face-ups, and the reason I do that is just because it's easy cleanup. So if you cover your workspace with a craft mat, you can just use a damp cloth or paper towel or something to wipe up your work. No matter what it is, it usually comes up pretty well. So this is supposed to be the best ever craft mat, and I got the extra large size, and here it shows that it should be non-stick, non-skid, which I really wanted something that wouldn't move around while I was working on it, and it's wrinkle free. So I've had a couple of craft mats that will get a fold in them and then they're kind of not up to par anymore. So, and some craft mats that I've had have stains in them, so this is supposed to be non-staining, and I wanted something white, just for filming, and this seemed to be the right one to choose. So I went ahead and purchased the large size. They were actually out of the smaller size, but that's okay because this covers almost the entire workspace that I'm working on. And I've used it for a couple of weeks now, and I really have liked it. It came with a couple of little marks on it, but they're really no big deal. As you can see there, I'm showing in the camera, there's a couple of lines that it already came with, and I used a couple of different things to try to get it off, and it won't remove, but no big deal. It actually is a really great craft mat, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So next, if you're a customizer, you know the importance of a good pencil sharpener, and I usually use the Prismacolor Scholar, but I decided to try a couple of others. The Prismacolor Scholar, I don't know if it's just that I have an old blade, or if it's my pencils themselves, but they've been breaking lately, so I thought let me give a try to a couple of others. So I got the Prismacolor one that I'm showing here, as well as the Faber-Castell one that I'll show you in a minute. So this one it's only one size pencil, which is fine. That's really all I use for the most part. And then it's got this plastic container underneath, so I always like to have one that has a container for the shavings. And I've actually found that the ones that don't have that container don't work, or usually work better. And you can prevent your pencil from going too far down on your pencil, or sharpening them too much and losing some of your pencil if you use those ones without the container. Just gives you a little bit more control, but this keeps my workspace cleaner, so I decided to stick with those. So I'm going to try out a couple of pencils here and show you what this does. So this has the same size pencil, but it gives you two different lengths, a short sharpen and a long sharpen. So this one is the longer, and it's kind of the equivalent to the Prismacolor Scholar and how that one sharpens. And then in the other one, it gives you a shorter length sharpened, which could be good in saving your pencil. So it gets it just as sharp, but that'll save you on, I think it'll save you on keeping your pencil, not shaving it down so much. So the other Faber-Castell is a trio sharpener, and I kind of bought this one because I have a pencil that's triangular shaped, and I thought that it would work with it. Turns out it didn't, but it does seem to be a good sharpener. It's kind of oddly put together, and I'll show you here in a minute, but there's two compartments, and I like how it feels in your hand, the size of it and shape of it, but it's kind of strange when you open it up. It's got these two sides, And I can't tell whether or not I like that. So one side has the standard pencil sharpener with the fatter pencil and thinner pencil, and then the other one has the ability to sharpen your pencil shorter. So I'm kind of giving it a test run here, and this is the single side, and I think it gives you a short sharpen, and then the other two, one will give you the longer sharpen and one will be able to sharpen a fatter pencil. So I've used both of these pencil sharpeners for a couple of weeks now and tried them as an alternative to my Prismacolor Scholar, and turns out the Prismacolor one that I purchased here is probably my new favorite. So it does, I've used the longer sharpen section more often. Here I am stupidly, I don't know what I'm doing there, trying to sharpen something in the fat section. I guess the lighting was bad and I couldn't see what I was doing, so sorry about that. But it turns out that I do like the Prismacolor better. So the next thing I got here was this Ranger. These are little like felt pads that go on my Tim Holtz. I'm not even sure what this is called, but it's kind of like a dabber or a blender, and you use it with I kind of use it on like mixed media art, and then look at me trying to put it on backwards twice. So but I use it on like mixed media art, but I also use it on sometimes if I dye or stain the fabric that I use on some of the costumes on the art dolls, I'll use that to do like a blend or ombre effect. So I use it for a bunch of different things. So I needed some extra pads because it's good to keep a few different ones so you can have like a yellow one, a red one, a blue one, and so forth. Then I got these Tombow markers. So I like to do journaling and in my planner. I like using different colored pens. If you're an art person, you're probably like me and just like to have all the supplies. But these markers are just a lot of fun to play with, and I wanted some pastel colors, so I picked some of those up. And I got this really, this kind of annoying, this blending palette, and I don't know what I was expecting, but I thought it would be neat to try. But it's literally just a piece of paper laminated, and it has on one side, it has the color wheel of the Tombow markers, but I was very disappointed with that purchase. I did not expect it to be that simple. I also have a laminator and a printer, so I could have made one myself. So here I picked up this Perfect Pearls. I love this stuff. This is just like a mineral powder or pigment powder, and it'll just give a sparkle. I've used it actually since this video on one of the dolls, and it gives like a clear shimmer, and all of the other shimmer powders I've had are pigmented, so you can, it'll give it a blushing or whatever color you use, but this one's just clear and I love it. So I also picked up a couple of brush markers. This one is a finer point, and these I like to use with just some of the artwork that I do. I'm doing some really bad calligraphy. I'm really bad at calligraphy. I'd love to do that, but I'm terrible at it. And then I bought the larger version. These are by Skeriosities and just a really good brand. And this one is thicker. These brush markers are just really fun to play with and draw with and write with. So this one is really thicker and give you a more brush effect. So you can take it from fine lines and blend into really super thick lines. So those are a lot of fun. I like them because I'm not sure what the little string on the end is, but hey, it's cute. And then they have these little grippy pads near the end, so they're comfortable to write with. And then I got, this is my favorite, it's actually a replacement for one that I've used up. And this is a brush marker that has gray on one side and black on the other. It's by Tombow, and I just absolutely love this marker. So as you can see, the brush marker is kind of similar to the first one that I used, just a little bit thicker. And that's the black side. And then the other side is a gray side that it's a very pretty light gray color that writes similar. I think it's a little bit thinner, closer to the first pen that I showed you. And here I'll show you what it looks like. So see, it's just this very pretty gray, pale gray color. And then lastly, I got this set of brush markers. I have several, but I wanted this flat brush marker, and this was on sale, so I picked up the set. And these are markers that you fill, or brushes that you fill with water, and then you can use them on the go, usually with watercolor or inks. And it has a flat and 2 rounds, 1 medium and 1 fine point. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed me sharing this with you today. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be a face-up video and a full process video coming up soon, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye!